When we think about the overall brain itself, how much of it is devoted to vision?
Depending on the neuroscientists you listen to, 60 to 70% somewhere. Go with 2/3 and you won't be far wrong.
Wow. Probably helps with the whole adage of it's no wonder that visuals stick with us more than words to some degree, right? Because we are so visually stimulating. And obviously, in my line of work, being a leadership coach or an L&D professional, we do a lot of work when we put together programming around visuals because they seem to really do carry a lot of weight when helping people learn. Now, there's other modes of learning or vehicles of learning, of course, but visual seems to be a fairly predominating context when we talk about learning, and at least in my experience. And this probably explains it to some degree.
I was surprised the other day, about 2 or 3 weeks ago. I was talking to quotes an expert in the coaching field, and he had developed a new model of coaching and presented it, and it was all text. There wasn't a single visual in it whatsoever. And and we all have got different how important visual is to all of us. We do know that 2/3 of the brain is visual oriented. How important it is, it depends on some of your background, some of your genetics and things like that. But to
Right.
have no visuals and only text is like a brain 101 no.
I think it's really interesting because social media has taken a predominant kind of state in our society today, and it really has shaped whether it's good or not. We could sit here and debate that, of course, and I think probably a lot of people would recognize that there's a negative side to it as well as probably a positive side. But with social media, I think part of why it's become such a predominating force within our society is a variety of things, but specifically, there's a lot of visuals connected to it. It took it from the space of we have books or we've got emails that are coming out or written communication to integrating visual, so pictures, integrating video, which is now moving graphics and auditory, as well as some text. I'm a big TikTok user. I fell into the trend, unfortunately, or fortunately, however you decide to look at it, post COVID. And I rarely look at the captions. The more it can hook me at the beginning, the visual of it, and then obviously the auditory and the experience of it all. I think there's obviously something that comes into the addictive cycle too from the release of dopamine as it's giving things that connect with my schema and all of those things.
Yep. And things that are moving are more important to the brain than things that are static.
Right.
Again, from an evolutionary point of view, if something was static, it was less likely to kill you than something that was moving.